Got it.
I'm with Trucker G and the wife this evening. How are you doing? What are you drinking?
Right, so I was on TikTalk live before I go on to that in a minute. And everyone was going, what red wine have you got? I was like, well, we're pure council, so...
Malibu and Coke in a wine glass.
It's just Malibu and Coke in a wine glass because I haven't got any normal glasses because that's full of like the beakers for the kids. And I can't put that in a pint glass because I think I'm not that much of an alky.
I nearly got red wine a minute ago, but red wine's a drink that I'd try and drink. If I drink it, I just want to drink it on my own because it gets me so fucking out my head.
Do you get a massive headache the next day off red wine though?
90% of the time, yeah.
Any wine, I think.
I don't really.
We was talking about Lambrini last week, weren't we, Stan?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Do you remember Lambrini?
I do remember it, yeah.
I wouldn't really drink white wine. I think girls are just typically girls would drink rosé maybe.
Oh yeah.
And they just knock it back. And you drink. I've drunk rosé. I worked at dog kennels and I had 2 girls come round. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear some weird noise going shh, shh.
What is it?
Is it still now?
No.
I've turned the music down.
I think it's when I talk. So these 2 girls come around that I work with from the dog kennels, and we all had a meal, and they was drinking rosé, and I was drinking it with them, and I ended up passing out on the actual fucking table. I had my hat on, and when I woke up, they had left a note under my hat saying that I'd fallen asleep, and I was well embarrassed because them 2 just like went home and drove home, and I was just passed out on the table. It's quite
we used to have this thing, mate, like we'd try and stay in all weekend and we thought, oh, we've done amazing, and then Sunday would come and then our knees go weak on a Sunday sesh, you know, if I'm not working or something the next day, and we're like, oh fuck. Then Nicola,
Fun Day Sunday, she
used to be nicknamed Nikki Balboa after what you were saying, Rosé. She used to drink it, and then all of a sudden, she's only, what, you 5'3"?
Yes.
I've never seen a woman think she's 6'4" off a bottle of gin. She is a nutter.
Yeah, it is strong. But you think it's more sophisticated as well, isn't it? Especially white wine.
You do feel posher, don't you, when you're drinking a glass of wine?
Mate, we did it when we was in the army once. We got invited to the officers' mess. And I never realised how much the posh people get treated, you know, like the privileged. And you'd walk in and we got treated like them, and they'd hand us glasses of champagne, wine. So we was never used to it, and it was all free. So they hand me one, and I'd go, downed. If it's free, mate, I'm taking what I can, downed. And as soon as I was supposed to be in the sit-down meal, you're not allowed to move for 1 hour or go to the toilet. Oh, you can tell who the fucking kids are that was dragged up differently to them. Dying for a piss. You're not like used to it, right? You know what I mean? Wine, I drink it if it's for free, but I end up getting fucked.
Yeah. Me and my mate used to work for my friend's cleaning company, and this guy was like quite posh, middle class. He used to have like well-paid job and all that, and he was a bit posh. And his daughter used to go with one of our mates, and years later he lost all his businesses and all his money.
Yeah.
Posh middle class guy had to go into do something else, and he'd done like pressure cleaning. So he used to work with all these workmen and all that on site, but he was like always the outcast because he was like a bit posh and that. Anyway, he took us to Dublin to do this work, and we went into the VIP bit. Me and my mate Danny have known each other since we was 10. We was like brothers, and we always fight throughout the years. And there was free wine on there, complimentary wine. So we was just drinking it, and we ended up having a fight on the ferry. And our boss, this posh guy, was ringing up his wife. He was like, they was on the boat, fight, proper fists.
Oh no.
Mate, that reminds me, we went, I went one of my many trips when we was based in Germany, and we went back to UK. We went on the overnight ferry. I don't know if you heard, the Rotterdam to Hull. Or Hull to Rotterdam, and we was all like, my sergeant major was there, wasn't he? He was like, look lads, what happens fucking here, don't go back telling, go on the piss, even though you're not allowed to go on the piss, doesn't matter. But there was an officer, the ones that are brought up a bit posher than everyone. They've had a different, you know what I mean? I don't know if you know, Stan, but like officers have to go uni, not necessarily just uni, but in posh. And he rocked up, mate.
Remember James Blunt, the singer?
Yeah.
Oh,
we love him.
James Blunt.
Very much like that. But we all met. We said, right, we'll meet. We put our stuff in our bunk rooms, in the ferries. We said, right, we'll all meet down there for the boozer. But me and my mates had already planned this out because ferry prices was expensive. So we went and got a crate from Asda in Hull. And then we've gone and met everybody. Everyone done the same, cheap drinks. And we had this Rupert, we call officers in the army. Rick will know this. Ricky listens.
Oh, does it?
Ruperts are the ones that were brought up privileged. We call officers Rupert behind the back. And he rocks up, mate, with his pink chinos, his wavy, fluffy hair, his checkered shirt,
James Blunt, there he is.
his crazy brown shoes with pink Pringle socks. And he's like, hello, chaps. Anybody care for a drink? And we've all laughed out our heads laughing. You're not supposed to laugh at people like that because they're higher up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We ended up getting him wasted, absolutely wasted on Jaeger bombs. And it's like Butlins entertainment, them ferries, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's not obviously used to that. Brilliant.
Do these posh people just come straight in at that position? They have to work their way up.
So what happens, mate, is if you want to become an officer, you have to go to university and come out with a degree. Now, it's all dependent on what you want to join. So the degree can't just be in something shit. It's got to be relevant. So I don't know if you know what UCAS points are or anything and stuff like that. It's a bit similar to that. So if you hit, say, the 21 and you go, all right, I've got 3 years uni, I passed my uni, I want to be in the army, I want to be an officer. You'll go through selection. They'll say, look, you're good enough to be an infantry officer. And they'll go for it. But they would, say, be posh from a posh background. But they don't get the respect, mate. They might be higher than a sergeant major on paper. We've said that. But they have to earn their respect. They haven't got experience. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't agree with a lot of it, mate. It's like, they're not streetwise. So, but I used to go and exercise, mate, and there was captains who'd ask me for advice when I was 26 as a corporal, as a lance corporal. They didn't know how to map read, but they knew they knew everything about biology and chemistry and stuff, but you give them a bit of common sense, they wouldn't know.
So, Prince Harry was in the army, wasn't
it? Yeah. What was he? He was the Royal Air Corps, I think.
Yeah, in the Air Force.
That's the thing. They was in the army. We got after my regiment went to Afghan, straight after they got the medals, Princess Anne came, and we used to have to salute the car, not salute the person, salute the car, and she made everyone wait for hours. And there's a lot of basic stories, like your stepdad was in the Grenadier Guards, and everyone used to hate Princess Diana, all the soldiers, but you don't see that side to it, do you? Do you know? No. In the newspaper, in the media, everyone thinks she's like a hero. But some of these royalty, they don't treat the soldiers as good as you think. They make you wait for hours to make you feel a lot more minuscule than they try and make themselves a lot higher than what they are, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Mate, we used to have to sweep leaves up for days, de-weed for ages. So Princess Anne got a helicopter and come on camp, walked on, go to the CO's office and walk straight back away. But we used to have to sit and de-weed for days, didn't we? It's just like, fuck that, man. You know what I mean?
I think Princess Anne's got a bad reputation anyway, isn't she?
Well, I mean, everything at the moment up there with the royalty is not the best.
It's not doing good, is it?
I like the Queen. Have you seen that program?
What's it called?
The
Crown.
The Crown. Have you seen The Crown?
I heard about it. I've seen clips and that on Hogglebox. It looked quite wild.
I did like Prince, what's his name? The old one that's just passed away. Not Prince Andrew, Jesus fucking Christ. Not him.
Yeah,
no, Prince Andrew.
The Queen's husband.
Yeah.
Philip.
I don't want to say things that he said in it, but in today's stereotypical world, he's not very politically correct, is he?
No. I do like Prince Harry and Prince William, though.
I do.
Remember Prince Harry? He seemed a right little tinker, didn't he?
Yeah, and he was a bit of a geezer. He had a mate, didn't he? And he used to always get in trouble. I think it was Rupert, and he used to get caught smoking weed and that, and he got caught in Vegas. I feel sorry for no mate. It's like you and me, Stan, getting brought up in an environment where you've got to do this and that and this and that. And if you step out of it, you're
gone.
You could smoke a joint and then you fucking labelled as the worst person in the world.
Well, he's left now, isn't he, pretty much?
Mm.
Yeah.
But him,
I just hope that it's not too much media-wise with it. But I get why he's left.
yeah, him going to a fancy dress party with a Nazi thing.
Oh, fuck yeah, what did he do?
Hitler, wasn't he?
He had a Nazi.
Yeah, that was it, yeah. He had the badge on, didn't he? The Nazi badge thing on his arm.
Do you know what, mate? I find some of it, like, people give him so much shit, but when I was in the army in Germany, we used to do some horrendous stuff. I was based on a camp in Germany that used to be a prisoner of war camp, and it was built. And the Jews, if you ever was in a camp in Germany, you would have walked over the kids. If it's got cobbles on the ground, it would have meant that Hitler would have made the Jews make that. Do you know what I mean? As labour. So if there's any cobbles on any of the camps where he was based, and we had a load of mates that used to run up there pretending to be fucking Hitler and stuff, and you don't see that. The minute Prince Harry makes one tiny little mistake when he's young,
that's lads
he's labelled as a fucking.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I do think it's harsh.
Yeah, he's harsh. You can't do anything.
But yet you got the Nazi guy, who's getting protected for everything. Yet you've got Prince Harry, who got caught smoking a joint, and then it was all over the paper. But you don't see nothing about that Prince Andrew, do you? Really? Anymore?
That much. No.
It's like
The girl got paid up, didn't she?
Yeah, I just think it's a wrong, man. There's so much shit that goes on we don't know about, and we'll never know about. Maybe, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just think it's a bit like they're saying, will we take in refugees from Ukraine?
Yeah.
Which I think, like, we should if we could, like, if you can. But why is they not putting them in the fucking palace?
Exactly.
These fucking things, there's like thousands of rooms there. Why is the government not looking after them and helping? Why is the town trying to help them?
Mate, I think that I'm not a conspiracy theorist, me, but the last 2 years I've always lived a black and white life. I've always been led, it is what it is, that attitude. But this last few years with this COVID and stuff, not being one of them like jumped on the bandwagon, but everything just seems to be fitting into place. It's just a bit mad. And I think that when people sit there and say, we'll house these people for £250 a head or whatever, what about the people that are sitting on the streets? We're quick to help people of other descent, of other nations, but we're not happy to help our own. But I do understand when people go, how much people you must see in your street, and they've probably had all the help and they just fuck it off. And there are people, one thing I don't like, where I work, Stan, it's got a lot of foreign people in the warehouses, and people go, oh, the foreigners took our jobs. My place will take on everyone and anyone. They're dying for people. Nobody applies. No British people around my area apply for that job. And it's well paid.
Yeah.
But it's only full of foreigners. Because it's full of foreigners, everyone says they're taking all our jobs. But there's still jobs you can have it if you're English. And that's because we're lucky where we are, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, I've been homeless before. Luckily, I've not been on the street, but I've been in homeless hostels and I've had stay at friends' houses, but I've been like technically homeless because I've not had a fixed abode. And when I lived in Southend, I just got no help because I was a male, single male.
Yeah.
I just got no help. And like, that's why people get pissed off, because people do get more help, like, coming over.
That's it, Sam. Some people say, oh, males struggle with it more. And I can agree. I don't think it's always just our minds that we keep things in, because girls, I've watched it on this app. Girls will be quick out there to post a video about it, but men keep it inside. But not just that, but men, if you're a girl and you've got a child, I want to move, I need a house, you will get the house. But if you're a single male, they'll be like, oh, throw them in this hostel, throw them in there. You will be at the back of the list. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it does affect mental health sometimes, because you do feel second class.
Yeah, it did me when I was like sofa surfing and I couldn't really cook and shower like when I wanted to. You've not got your own space. It's quite hard.
Yeah.
And that's why people get pissed off when they see like foreigners coming over and getting housed. Like I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying
No, mate.
that's why people get pissed off, and they should help British people first. That's all.
That's it. You look after your own first, and it's almost like it's a publicity stunt for some people, and that people don't realise what's going on at home. I went for driving detail. We used to always drive back on exercise from Germany. She's already said to me, "Don't make sure you don't fucking talk about the army." But I can't help it. Can't help it. That's what Darby Dan went mad at me for. He was kicking off. He always mentioned the army, but we did more than 3 weeks like he did. You know. But we drove back one time on a convoy, and just for an exercise. And it was at the time where all the Somalians, which they probably still are there, aren't they? They're in Calais, jumping on on wagons. We had a young lad, and he was from a privileged background. I remember him. And they were all waving. They're not waving, they're fucking saying stop so they can jump on your wagon. We only got canopies. We not got proper, you know what the army wagons are like. Yeah. And then my mate's fucking waving back at them. And I shouted to him and said, "You don't fucking wave at them. The Somalians are trying to get in the back of your wagon." And I was just like, but it's what it is.
But that's where he comes from. Like
he was privileged background. He's like, "Oh, hello boys, how are you doing?" You're like, "You dickhead. They're trying to fucking jump in you." The difference is between, that's what the army is. Some people were born from a different background. You know straight away when you see something's not right. But some people that are, you go what I mean, Stan? Same as TikTok, isn't it? Some people are born with a bit of common sense. Some people have been spoon-fed, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. I'm really liking the, I don't know his name, the Ukraine leader.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I really.
I think Nick fancies him.
At the moment, yeah.
Nick will be like, "Shall we go to Kiev on holiday?" I'm like, "Fucking hell, not yet. Not yet."
They're trying to get him out. They're going, "Come on, we'll get you out of here."
Yeah, let him be our fucking leader.
And he's like, "Nah, give me ammunition."
Do you know what I do like, mate, is the fact that they've got their the Klitschko brothers, and they've actually not just pretended they're in the army. They've actually stood on the front line and battled for their nation.
Yeah.
We should all take a leaf out of that thing. And I do think we're like that as a country, but we're too politically, our people are good, you and me and everyone else, but it's our leaders and our laws are so political correct, aren't they? Yeah. You can't do this, you can't do that.
Until they want to do it.
You look at how young kids talk to police. You just got to look at that. You can't do that. I've got rights. Back off. Well, should we talk about, I've just dribbled on a bit, mate. I thought we was going to talk about TikTok and stuff like that. Right. And I've dribbled on about fucking.
Right.
It's just me as standard. Sorry, Stan.
Let me just ask Nick a question, please.
Oh, yeah. Me.
When Rocker G's having a beef, do you tell him to not get involved? Because I keep asking the partners this question, because I used to always get moaned at with my ex. Don't get involved, don't do a video. And I'm like, no, I want to have a beef. Do you try and rein him in, or do you just let him get on with it?
Oh, no, I do try and rein him in sometimes.
The Derby Dam thing and stuff.
Very opinionated, Danny is. Like, just, I think, too opinionated sometimes. He don't listen to me, though. I do try and say, like, don't say this, don't say that, but like that whole fight thing. Yeah, him and Derby Dan, I said to Danny, like, you will clash so badly one day, because it was always edging on a fight every single time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like every time.
It's like they bantered with each other, but it was horrible banter. Like they hated each other.
Yeah, sure you can.
And I was like, just leave it. And then they arranged that fight, and I was like, what the hell is going on? But have you ever spoken to him since?
No, like I don't hate him. I think he's true in what he says sometimes. But if you listen to last week's podcast, Stan knows Shona.
Right. Okay. And yeah.
That's where I knew Dan from. Don't because it was on last week's. I knew Dan because I said, "Oh, they was live all the time."
Yeah, I see.
But he was Stan. Obviously, can't speak about it because he knows Shona and stuff. But he told me what had happened, and I was like, "It does make sense, doesn't it? Why would Shona?"
Well, that's what I always said too, and he was like, "No, don't say anything."
Yeah, she used to try and say to Dad, Dan on live, and she was like, "Yeah, but at the end of the day, why would any Stenders? Why would any Stenders start say we make up a lie?"
The thing is, people were saying they was live together all the time, and there was this and that, and I was saying, like, even if there was live together, even if they used to have phone sex together, even if they met up and had a coffee together, when she said enough's enough, don't contact me anymore.
Yeah.
Should be enough.
That's it. He must have like gone too far.
He threatened to go to work and everything, and threatened to everyone. I said this right. Every now and again, everybody in life's had a line or whatever, and he's had that on it, and he was like, "I'll tell so and so that you've done this," but that's just a nasty trick, innit? You know what I mean?
But I do try and rein you in, don't I? It doesn't always work. It does work sometimes. You do listen sometimes.
With the manly stuff, Nick doesn't know.
I don't know like all these people, so it really confuses me.
So Stan, Manly's doing a video on live Monday night, and he's exposing all his bullies, and he's got a lot of voice recordings. And then I've voice recorded him in the past, and I've deleted my voice recordings last night. It looks guilty, right? Listen, he's done a video going, all these people deleting their voice recordings. What have you got? Something to hide? So it does look like that. And I turned around and messaged him. I said, if you're going to do a video about me, Manly, can you message me and what you're on about? If it is about me, he's not replied. I messaged him a few months ago talking to him, because he messaged me first saying, I've heard that you're saying that I took your profiles down. You know my jailhouse talks, don't you, Stan?
Yeah.
I was doing a few about him, then all of a sudden my profiles went down. So naturally, I'm going to think, he's said it wasn't him. He said I liked my videos. We got chatting. My profile went down, and he helped me get it back, give me some emails. That was it. But not long after that, he went and called DHB a child groomer. Yeah. So then I said, look, I've cut ties with him, because without proof, you don't call somebody that.
Yeah.
So then he's saying he's saying I'm two-faced. 1 minute I like him, 1 minute I don't. But I'm still standing there saying, I didn't mind you until you said that about me, mate. Do you get what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, you shouldn't say shit like that.
He's actually got fucking proof. But Darby Dan said it about him. That's why
I remember.
That's why I fell out with Darby Dan as well. Because I said, something wrong with this app where people just willy-nilly go around calling people nonsense. Call people a prick. Call people a knobhead. Call people whatever. But the word nonce is...
to have one friend on here as well, don't they? Like I've always said to you, you can have more.
That was in the past. That was, I think that was like quite a bit in the past, where I used to fall out with people because, which would probably piss people off still now. I was friends with Darby Dan, Papa Blaze, and a few others. Some people didn't like it, so then I left certain groups of people, and I said, look, if I have to be on my own, I'll be on my own. But I can't help but like certain people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll make my own judgment on them. And then a lot of people come back to me and they say, oh, I do agree with what you mean.
Yeah.
You've always taught me that as well. Nick's been a backbone to me in my life from the day, all through my army career.
I do speak sense most of the time, don't I?
Oh, honestly, Stan, when I got promoted, I got sent down for a scrap. Someone pulled a knife on me, didn't they? I was not guilty. But I fought back and beat the guy up, and I got done guilty. Everybody was just shocked. So I got sent down, and Nick was there waiting for me. A year later, I got promoted when everyone said I wouldn't get promoted. I was scared when I got promoted, remember? So I said, I'm scared that I won't pass the course or whatever. I said, I just want to revise. I'll either be the best or I'll be the worst. It's like me, I'm all or nothing. She helped me revise constantly. I went on the course, got top, become the best. And I only put it down to her, because she just makes me be a bit of a better person. No, I don't mean it. Me, I'll try my hardest, but I'll give up. I'll give up at a certain stage. She was there pushing me all the way.
Yeah.
So it's the same with this app as well.
Yeah. I still get women nag me now on the app. I'm not even with them. When me and you were live the other day, there was women coming in nagging us, going, come off the live. I think you should go to bed now. Shut up.
Yeah, they always do that though.
Some women do it because they think, oh, Danny, yes, because Nick was at work that night, and there was like me and Stan, basically, we planned, and we knew each other a little bit, but we planned to do like half an hour, didn't we, bro? It was like half an hour chat, and then we just, do you know when things just fall together?
Yeah, you phoned me and you were like, it was amazing.
Yeah.
You said, Nick, it was fucking amazing.
And it wasn't the word podcast, because people might have been like, I fucking can't that podcast, but it was just, basically, this is better than TikTok Live because we don't have to interrupt one another reading comments.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? There's no trolls, and it was
so where
good.
does this podcast go?
Who's on
Well, YouTube,
What
Spotify, but Stan's got quite a few.
Listen to.
Can we shout out some good people that Stan's done?
Yeah.
Lauren Stocker from the Misfits, I told you about that girl, and the brothers in the This Is England. That scene when her brother punches that guy.
In what?
In This Is England.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's a series.
Oh, it's a good series.
No, we got Lauren Stocker, who's done, and she's brilliant. I've told you about her loads, and she's funny. She's always like, oh, fuck off, Stan. What are you saying, Stan? Fuck, she's funny as
well. Today. Yeah, she's Terry Stone.
Terry Stone.
Was that the guy the other day?
Yeah, well, this is how mad this is. Because I screenshotted him because I knew that Terry Stone knew Lauren. So I screenshotted it to him to tell Lauren because he's close friends with Lauren. And he was like, well, yeah, I've done a podcast with him. So I was thinking maybe he followed me back after seeing the podcast. Yeah. But he's done all the films, you know, with the Essex Boys and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He's Tony Tucker. And I'm obsessed with the Essex Boys story. All the, what am I like, YouTube things.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to know who was the alpha male out of that, Tony Tucker and Pat Tate. I used to think it was Pat Tate until I heard more and more and more. Because I was friends on Facebook with Bernard O'Manahay. And he used to slate everyone. But then I was like, nothing, I don't know shit, do you know what I mean? But I love Tony Tucker looking back at it. I think Tony Tucker's character is brilliant. People used to give a stick to the wig, but I think it makes it better. I think it makes it good.
Yeah, and he was saying, I don't know if you listened to it, when he done Bonded by Blood, they was like, we need you to play Tony Tucker. But we don't want you to wear that wig. And he was like, what? The wig's iconic. I need to wear the wig. And I was like, nah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How did you start doing the podcast? Like, how long have you been doing
it? I always listen to them, and I've always wanted to do one. And I think the first one I've done was I wanted to do one, but I didn't really know anyone then to talk to.
Yeah.
Chef-wise, this was years ago. And I used to do prank phone calls, and then I put all the prank phone calls together. Like, I rang up the Natural History Museum, and I said that I found a dinosaur in the back garden.
Oh, no.
And they was like, what do you mean? And I was like, T-Rex. And I was like, talk to me, how much are we talking? And there's like this scientist guy, like, there's never been a T-Rex found in England at all. They're always found in America. And just shit like that. And then I done one with my ex, Caitlin, because she always just comes out with the weirdest, randomest stuff, like, and it always makes me laugh. She's really like dippy. So we done one like called "What's This 20 Questions," and I'll write 10 questions down, and she writes 10 questions down. But we've never heard them until we come on the podcast, and I ask her a question. The question's always quite funny, and then her answers are always just really funny because you don't know what she's going to come up with. But that got to the stage where we kept looking at each other like, I swear you've asked this before. And he was like, yeah. And we was just asking the same questions all the time.
Well, Stan, can I tell Nick what happened last week? Because Stan's got, you know, when you're at school and you're younger and you was told not to hang about with certain somebody?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've got this vibe with Stan before I even met him. Like, he likes sick banter, but it's sick on a funny level. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you don't laugh at it, where have you been all our lives? But it's almost like when you laugh at his joke, you go, that wasn't funny.
Yeah.
But you know it was funny. So he was saying somebody
like that comedian who I don't like.
Jimmy, what's his name?
Boyle. Frankie Boyle.
Frankie Boyle.
Oh, I hate
Frankie
him.
Boyle, Jimmy.
You laugh at some of his jokes, I don't know.
Is that the kind of like joking that you
I think it's probably worse.
Well,
I think it's probably worse. It's worse, but in a less brutal way.
Last week I was saying stuff and I wasn't joking, and I wasn't even saying it joking, and he kept laughing.
Yeah.
I wasn't even joking.
Can you tell her then? Because
what you laughed at? What you laughed at? Mel Moon.
Yeah, because I don't think it was actually that funny, but I don't know why I laughed. Because I think I blame it on you, Stan, because I just looked in your eyes and you had these eyes that just made me laugh.
I don't know. We shouldn't bring it up again, but fuck it. There's a TikToker called Mel Moon, that I don't get on with anyway. And we were talking about her, and I was saying she blocked me and we don't get on and blah, blah, blah. And then I said sincerely, and I wasn't joking, and I was being like upset for her, and I was like, sadly, she's dying because she's got a heart condition. She's gonna die soon. And he just burst out laughing. And then when we went on the live, this woman goes, "Can I just come on and speak to you about the Manley family?" And Amy was like, "Yeah." And she come in the box and she was like, "The reason I like the Manley family is because they're just trying to raise money for like this baby that had died." And he just burst out laughing again, and I had to run up.
I don't usually laugh at that sort of shit, like dead people or dead babies or people dying, but like you vouch me for that. It's not one of the things you laugh about, but because Mel Moon's fella, which you don't mind me saying, Stan's got a missus on the app, and they've got his contact was with his little boy, and his relationship with his little boy was beautiful. Everyone was like loving it, and they split up and stuff, but they split up amicably, like they're friends now. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And what had happened was like people was getting a bit like annoyed. What was it like with the sort of like they were just getting trolled and stuff, losing him his accounts and stuff like that. So we've gone live, and what's the name now? What was the name that said it? Mel Moon, that was it. He split up with his missus. Yeah. And then Mel Moon's boyfriend was his friend, but then tried messaging his missus straight after they split up. Yeah. So do you know what I mean? If you're a friend with somebody, you message your mate first, are you okay? But if you message his missus first, it looks a bit like touchy. So then he's gone on his missus account, blocked Stan, but Stan's missus has contacted his ex. Now we've done a bit of like joking and banter around with them, but she does a lot of, I don't mind saying it, but she does every charity that's involved. She jumps on it. Oh yeah, and she's dying apparently. But last year she was dying, but everyone paid for her wedding. Oh my god! And then this year something else happened. I don't maybe fuck it in my ass. I think a lot of people on this app, something bad's going on. They want money for it. You have to speak to you guys. No, but I'm trying to explain to her as well. Yeah, Stan knows what I mean. It just seems TikTok when I first joined was full of dancing and I never made any content. It was funny. Then it was full of drama. Then I made content because I thought it was funny. Now it just seems like everyone's got a sob story. We'll jump on it. Now, I know there's people like Riley, You'll Never Walk Alone, his mum. She's raising money for a son that's got cancer. And hopefully, I wish the best on him. And then you've got stuff like that. But then on the outskirts of it, you have got a lot of people. Like what we said about Tantan. You have got a lot of people. I don't wish that on anyone. I feel so sorry that people have to go through that. But I find there's a lot of creators, when you're vulnerable, people come and become your friend and they want to go, oh, we'll raise charity for you. But in the meantime, they're building their profile up. There's a lot of charity on TikTok. It's just I've never seen so much charity in my life from TikTok, but I've lived a normal life where nobody gives a fuck about charity. Well, that's it. And social media's... And it's like, if I go and raise money for that person, I'll go from 10k to 25k in followers. I just genuinely feel that. I don't... Maybe there's some good people, Stan, but I just feel like Care Bear and Manly, they hate me and they're doing videos on me. But she was doing a charity live last week, mate, and she was going, no matter what happens, I'm not going to sleep till I hit to 88k or 90k. It should have been, I'm not going to sleep tonight till I hit the aim of my charity. Yeah. It shouldn't have been to get my followers up. I think it's wrong, mate. Yeah. She sits there all day, and I don't want to talk about this mental health because I haven't got a different story. She sits there all day preaching about mental health and that, mate. She does videos. And we spoke about this deeply in our last podcast. If anyone goes back, listen to that. Mental health is not where you just do a video and say, I've done this, I'm struggling with this, I'm struggling with that. Some people, when you're struggling, you ain't got time to go and do a video. Can I go into it on that? Because that's what I mean. Stan's got real mental issues and had real mental but what I'm going to say... He doesn't do videos. Right, so what I'm saying is oh, God. Yeah. Moving. I work in mental health, so I was round at a lady's the other day who has mental health issues, has tried to get help. She's in the system, but she's just getting nothing. She's getting nowhere. So
she's in the system and she gets back out the system and they put her back in the system. So we did a self-referral, you know, to the hospital. I met the lady once, and when I was leaving, she was like, "You've done more for me today than my professionals have done." But I come on here and there's people say, I'm so depressed. How are you sitting on TikTok all day? I don't understand it. Yeah. Like getting gifted. If you've got serious mental health problems, from my opinion, why are you putting your face on the screen? Because you really don't like yourself very much, you know, at that point. And they're sitting there, I'm not leaving till I've got this many followers. I just don't believe it sometimes. I just think I don't think you have got mental health problems.
I've said to you, people like manly families coming
so they're gifted. These people are getting gifts, but out there in the real world, there's people that are genuinely struggling, you know, trying to take their own life just to get attention, to get in the system, to get a little bit of help.
Yeah.
But you've got people on here, my mental health's so bad, it's so bad, but gift me and I might feel a little bit better later on.
Yeah, I agree.
It's crazy. It's crazy when you see it firsthand and you think, I wish people that bleat on about mental health could be in a job for one day just to see the struggle that people do go through.
Yeah, and I was saying to Danny, like a lot of people just come on and go, I've got ADHD, I've got bipolar. Like every girl on the app's got bipolar. And I'm like, you're just saying it. Have you actually been diagnosed with bipolar?
Well, that's it. It's, my mum and dad are both mental health nurses, qualified. And I said to my mum once years ago, I feel so depressed. And she said, have you got up? Have you done your hair today? Have you done this? Got dressed, had a bath, had a shower? Yeah. Nicola, you're not depressed, you're down. You're allowed to have down days, you know, without screaming, I'm depressed. And some people just feel a little bit tearful or whatever, and just like, I'm so depressed, I've got bipolar, I've got personality disorder, you know. And I think, have you? Just because you're angry one day don't mean you're borderline personality disorder.
Sometimes when you've been like, calm down,
and there's so many different, everyone seems to think, oh, I feel down, so I'm depressed. But like in depression, I don't know. No, thank you. There's so many different things like hoarding, you know, that's classed as depression. No one ever has that. They only have your most common, I feel like taking my life kind of symptoms, you know, on this app.
It's taking it away from people that genuinely have had them issues. That's what I mean.
When you actually have them and you need help, you can't get it because people might be faking it sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think people are so quick just to shout, I've got mental health problems.
Yeah, no. It makes you not want to talk about it.
It does, yeah. And
we had a good chat last week, me and Stan, about our issues, and that's what the podcast does. I want people to listen to it and see the realism in it, and also see that in the TikTok, some people aren't depressed. Some people are genuinely, sometimes you have a shit day.
That's what I mean. You do have a shit day, and you are just down.
I mean, Stan can get the out, but I was probably Stan. I've seen Stan's, listened to Stan podcast when he's on his own. Stan genuinely has his issues, but he doesn't go on TikTok going, oh, here's what I've done, here's what I've done. He'll go missing on TikTok for days, right? And he has his issues, and then he comes back. That's what
it's like domestic violence, isn't it? Like I did a talk of it because I've been through a bit of a hard time. Like if people ask me stuff, I don't mind saying it, but people, oh, me said this, me said that, and then you have so many women that don't speak up about it and who want to speak up about it, but just because they've not got a black eye, they think, oh, I can't really say. Do you know, there's verbal abuse, there's all sorts of abuse, but someone comes on here with a black eye and a cut and everyone's like, leave him. So the people that have not got a black eye and bruises don't feel like they're adequate enough, you know, to come on and say, I am being abused.
Stan, that's what I think you should do. Get Kerry on here. Because I feel sorry for Kerry. That Laura Lou girl has contacted Kerry. Went through a bad time with her ex, violence and stuff. I think this would be a good platform to say talk about it, because she hasn't spoken about it on TikTok because she doesn't want to, but she might want to talk about it. And that Laura Lou tried saying she never went through it, contacted her ex, everything. And
What about that night on live when I spoke about my
missus has gone through.
Remember when I spoke about it, and that woman said, "I can't believe I'm opening up to a stranger."
Yeah,
and you just do need.
She's been on the phone with people and been like, "Oh, thanks for what you said, because it's made me want to express it." Because violence in relationships isn't just punching your missus,
it's
doing
control,
whatever.
It's every little thing that goes with it.
And people have sit there. It annoys me, Stan, when people go, "He's nasty to his missus." You're supposed to never read that tattle like that, yeah. But you can't help it when people send it, yeah. And people are going, "I've seen the way Danny speaks to Nick. He's a narcissist." And I'm thinking, I think I've been drunk sometimes and gone, "Shut up, Nick, you prick." Like, and I just think, yeah, it's stupid of me, but I don't think that's narcissistic behaviour. Like, do you know what I mean?
But the thing is, by them saying that, if you was that person, they would anger you more, and they're there for the women, but you would take it out on me. You know, obviously, if you were like that, which you're not.
But yeah, that's what I mean. I'm like, I would do anything. I could get paid, mate, Stan. I could get paid whatever wage. There's no joy. I'd rather go and buy my missus whatever she wants, because she's not like that, but that's how much I love her. Do you get? Does it make sense? Like, I know what she's gone through with domestic violence, and I hate that.
Yeah, and like Nick said, there's all sorts of different abuses, because I know a girl, her partner never hit her or was violent or anything like that, but she used to stay at home and look after the kid, and he would go to work, so the only money coming into the house was his money, and he would gamble it all, not pay the mortgage, not pay for anything, not give her any money. And she got into a hostel, and they said, like, "You're here for like domestic violence," and she was like, no, he hasn't even hit me. And she was like, "Yeah, but it's still domestic violence, because he's like controlling all the money, and when the money does come in, he's just blowing up the wall." So it's different.
That's what I was saying to you, Stan, before. Like, when I said to you before, like, my stepdaughter, and this is what I also want to say is, there are some guys out there, and I do think, big up to some of us lads that I got with Nick, right? When I got with Nick, I was 20, and it was when Facebook first come out, and I seen her commenting on something, and I kept trying to add her as a friend, and she was declining, Stan. And then I should have kept declining. She just didn't have it, Stan. And I knew Nick from the estate. It was like all the girls had been with so-and-so people, but Nick was just one of them. She had a daughter. She just didn't go out, didn't do nothing. One day, I did what was it again? How was it?
What fake tan?
Tell the truth. I'll let you tell the truth.
He put a post on Facebook saying, "What's the best fake tan to use?" I was like, "Oh my God, what a freak."
She said, "What, Saint
Tropez?" Something like that.
And I dived into her inboxes quicker than fucking
Jack Flash. You were straight in there, weren't you?
And then she never wanted me to go out for a drink with her. And then she come round, had a cup of coffee, and she said, "Come round mine for a drink, whatever." And she texted me going, "Don't think of any funny business, because I will never do that on the first date. But have you seen how good looking I am, Stan?"
Oh God.
The one thing she said, "I made you laugh," innit?
Yeah, you are very funny. Like, you are.
I blagged her to bed.
Laughed me to bed.
And then we've always been together ever since, haven't we? Like, we've had our ups and downs, haven't we? Like, but we're here now, aren't we? It's just a laugh, innit? So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it.
And it does read when people try and split it up on this app.
Oh, it's really bad, isn't it? Remember that telling about that girl? Oh, like hundreds of inboxes of this girl, like, saying how she's going to come to my house, watch me back, like, awful stuff, weren't it?
This girl made up a fake profile, Stan.
Hundreds of fake profiles.
A girl from Ireland, which we ended up speaking to in the end. And she got my number. I was talking to her. Me and her was going for stupid things, and I'll openly admit I was being a dickhead and all that. And me and her was like, sort of like, not whatever. And then when she was on the phone to me, she sounded out of breath all the time, Stan. So when the pictures she showed me, and then when she was walking up the stairs, she was out of breath. I was thinking, skinny girls don't usually get out of breath when they're walking up the stairs. And I was thinking, I said, "Send us a selfie." Never do it, never do it. Long story short, I called her out being a fake profile. She went on my Instagram, seen that I took me young boy as a boxer running, seen where I lived, threatened my house, messaged my whole family saying she's pregnant with their grandson. messaged Nicola saying
She was awful.
he's been at my house every night of the week. He's told me he's single. Lo and behold, this person was not the person in the pictures. I contacted some people about this, and they said, "Oh, the same Mummy Yvette." Don't know if you know Mummy Yvette.
No.
Not Stan Blade, mate. Fucking just Papa Blaze's friend. And they went, "You've not been done over by Chantel, have you?" So there's this girl who goes around making fake profiles, ruining people's lives, financially abusing them. She decided to do it to me, didn't she?
Really bad.
I hope you die in your car crash, truck crash, all this.
Okay, no.
And I said, they knew where she lived because she slipped up.
Now I think she's got mental health problems. Like that is a
Now,
mental
what
health
happened?
problem.
Some videos at the bottom of Instagram. We found out where the girl lived. We drove to hers. She looked out the window. She had awful cross eyes, big and fat girl. She had her phone out the window. And I just simply said there, "Stop. You caused all..."
It's never happened again.
What did she do? Contacted all of your friends. Contacted my work saying I drink and drug drive my trucks. And I had to get drug tested at work, drink tested. Obviously I passed because they got me on a went. I'm joking. Do you know what I mean? And she made up all these lies. How easily could have Nick believed you've made a girl pregnant off TikTok? Am I right?
Yeah.
But the person was never existed. The person never existed.
Fucking hell.
She had hundreds of profiles, didn't she? Fucking loads.
And there's a few people that I know that have said she's just toxic. Don't go for her because she'll get you better than you think you do, because she just sits on there. She's got profiles, endless profiles. She's saying Stan looks bored with
your
I'm listening. I'm engrossed.
Yeah.
You went to
He's like, what's her name?
You went to her house and she looked out the window and you spoke to her face to face.
Me and my missus found out the address. Mummy Yvette gave it us because she slipped up in a group chat one day showing that a parcel that had come to her house, and in her work uniform. When she said she was from Yorkshire, she pretended to be a girl from Ireland, but the work uniform was a girl in Ireland, so it was a fake person. It was never her. She had a phone. She's like, my parcel. And so DPD tracked it, and it got to this girl's house, and she admitted it to her. And I can't remember his name now. We were on the phone with him, wasn't I? It was an ex-squad lad. She had admitted she was this. What's her name?
Oh, no, she had loads
of profiles. But her name was Olivia Taylor. 30,000 followers on this app. All this. We found out her address. I went there and then knocked on the door. It had cages outside, open, didn't it?
Yeah, it was weird.
And all of a sudden, she's like, she almost knew about it. Because I said, I want to word with you now. You tried ruining my life. She had the phone out the window, filming me. But when she looked at me, mate, it was the most scariest. We had to drive off quick. Yeah. Because I was worried in case she'd fucking do something crazy. She already said, I'm going to kill you one night. I'm going to burn your house down. I know where you live. She had the worst cross eyes I've ever seen. And this is what I mean, Stan. One thing I'll say is these trolls, behind these fake profiles, they bully people and it's insecurity. My missus, and I hate people say this, is the most gorgeous woman in the world, right? But my missus had a problem with her eye. She had an operation. She's very insecure about it. Very insecure about it. And this one person kept picking on my missus, and she did nothing wrong. It was me that done wrong, bullying my missus for her eye. Yeah. And her weight and stuff like that. And then, but all the old, she was pretending to be a skinny, perfect looking girl. When we went and seen her, Stan, she was obese with cross eyes. Yeah. Doesn't it say so much? As much as funny as it is, doesn't it say to you, these people with all these insecurities, all these trolls, it's inside them. That's what would offend them the most. Yeah. So when somebody calls you something.
How do you two know each other on here?
Me and Stan met each other on here because I like sick. Like what? Sick? Like,
I've never said this to him because I don't want to embarrass him, but Lauren Coffey used to ring me all the time and go, fucking hell. I want to see Dan talk about you.
You know that actress?
Oh, yeah.
He loves you so much. And yeah,
I was on live last week. He was at work and said she does do a lot for me. She doesn't do the TikTok though, really, do you?
No, not really. No, I don't really understand it.
We never went live before that, have we?
No, but we didn't realise how much I thought it'd just be a half an hour live with chat, but we ended up talking about the stuff we never. People always think bet these podcasts are all planned to say this, say that, get a sub story, but everything we was talking about, what we're going to talk about, we never even spoke about the things. No, we just ended up, and people have come back, didn't they? The feedback is brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been good, mate.
I think it's because we're not like got millions of subscribers, and we got to worry about losing contracts and promotions, and we just don't give a fuck.
So is it just you two? Other people don't come into?
Not tonight, but when Stan puts it out there, what happens is people go and like listen to it. But I'll put it on your phone. Like when you're doing the cleaning, you just listen to his podcast with Ricky. You know Ricky there?
Oh yeah, he comes on your things.
What? He does what?
No, doesn't he come on your lives sometimes?
So Stan's good friends with Ricky, and
right.
we took the piss out of Ricky last week.
Oh, why?
So the first 10 minutes of Ricky's podcast with Stan, he's played a clip of me doing Ricky's impression. And basically, when Ricky gets steaming, we've been live with him before.
Yeah, no.
He doesn't let you speak.
No, he doesn't.
But he whispers.
Does he?
He goes, like, basically, guys, I know I'm not going to let him. And I could tell when you put it to him, he's laughing. But after it, he was going, that's fucking really funny, that mate. But I do love him, though. He's very sound.
I'm sure he wrote on my video before.
But we said, he was in my army group chat.
Yeah, he was.
Some guy fell out with him, and he went, "Oh, fucking sick of TikTok. I want to blow it up." Because he worked in EOD, bomb disposal.
Oh no, he didn't.
It doesn't mean he's going to blow TikTok up, does it? Really? He's not saying, "All right, I'm going to go to fucking Talk Fest. I'm going to blow up."
Did Talk Fest happen? Did anyone go?
Well, yeah, it does. But no, what I'm saying is, he didn't say he's going to Talk Fest and blow it up, did he? He just went out. He just basically said, "I'm going to go blow up TikTok."
I thought he was being serious.
And then someone grasped him up, Nick, in the group.
Oh no!
He had police at the door and said, "Look, mate, you've got."
That's tight, isn't it?
Like, mate, you are actually bomb disposal, so we know you can make bombs. Are you going to bomb TikTok Fest? I wonder if he'd had a beer that night, because he'd have got the police around him and like, basically, no, but you want to, right, guys. He's sound, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's nice.
He's a nice lad. I think, mate, Stan, if you go live with me tonight on TikTok, I can't believe it. On this profile, I never get more than 20 people in. But how many did we have in before?
Yeah, quite a lot, weren't they?
Near 500.
My TikTok page is always dead. It's a backup page.
Well, he's got his podcast page on TikTok, and the nicest man Stan is, because mine was on a ban, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You said I could use yours. Stan also said I could use his.
Oh, that's nice.
But I've got mine back, which is strange on TikTok.
I know.
Don't get me banned there.
Well, stop mentioning people are dying then.
Ricky's in Benidorm, by the way. Do you know?
No.
He went to Benidorm today for his brother's stag do.
Oh, he should have gone live on Benner's.
I do really like Ricky, mate. I've said to everyone, I want to do like July the 15th. I want to meet everybody, do halfway for everyone, but it's like Birmingham for Stan. Halfway through.
Right,
but I said to me and Daryl was chatting today. We was doing our horse bets. We said it doesn't matter where we all went. If you've got mates, it doesn't matter what pub you go, because it'd all be good. But if you went Blackpool, if people wasn't happy where they was, they'd just go to another bar, or you know what I mean. I think
go to London.
Should do a fucking reunion, man. Should do like a meetup, mate. You know what I mean? We all know each other, but no one does a meetup.
Yeah, it's true. It'll be good. Going back to Ricky, I won't mention her name, but he liked to go on TikTok. You know what I mean? And he really liked her, and he went live and he called her a slag. But and she's gone absolutely mental at him. And then he was like FaceTiming me at like 2 o'clock in the morning, pissed at his head. And he was like, I was just joking. Like, I didn't mean it. Like,
oh no.
Who was it? Who was it? Can I have a hint?
Zara.
Which?
With the blue in her hair.
She used to be seeing.
Yeah.
You know when I said to you, you know the girl that trolled me?
Yeah.
You know the girl that trolled me that ruined my life?
Yeah.
She trolled him for 2 years. Remember the guy?
Oh yeah.
What? I forget his name anyway. He told me all about her. And I think he was the reason why she knew I was coming that day. He'd end up sleeping with her in real life after he knew that she wasn't the girl on the pictures. And it was Zara's ex. Zara was seeing him. The guy with the quiff, and he was in the army years ago.
Yeah, I need to drink some more because I shouldn't have said all that stuff that I said.
She sounded though. Your friends with her. She spoke to you. She was friends with Jess Darby, wasn't she? But not seen Jess Darby live for ages.
Anyway, he's upset her, and now he's upset because he didn't mean to upset her. But they might
He's what?
Why did he call her a slag? He's upset because he didn't mean to upset her. But that's pretty harsh.
I think it's easily for lads to go, oh, she's like, but it's not. It's not.
Explain it.
I don't think she's a slag though, really. She had one fella on here, but she's not.
No, he said it like he was mucking around, and she didn't think it was very funny thing to say because they was live together. He didn't mean it. Like it doesn't.
I actually think they could suit one another though. They look like they suit though, maybe. You know what I think?
Might have made up now. This was like 3 days ago, and he's in Benidorm today with his brother.
Imagine that.
Do you know Aishas?
Yeah, because I went live with him when I was live with you, and I followed him because I think it was Tan or someone.
Yeah.
Done a video.
He got told the story from Tan, didn't he?
I don't know about that bit. Someone done a video of him saying about how amazing he was and that he went on that mountain thing.
Yeah.
And like she was saying, I didn't know him and he was so lovely and he's raised all his money and I thought, oh, he sounds all right. And I've followed him. And then since then, everyone's just like slags him off.
Basically, Stan, from what I've heard, is Tan lost a son called Harrison, and he's poorly. He died. And Tan's from Essex. She's a lovely girl, isn't she?
Yeah.
And a load of people, charities come forward, helped her out.
Yeah.
And let's not talk bad of other charities while we talk. I'm not going to talk while I'm talking with Tan. And Aisha had got pally with them all. And apparently Aisha tried firing into her and was told to back off. This is the story I've heard. Was told to back off by Lee or whatever. Then they did a charity walk, and then Aisha wanted to be up there with the limelight because they all have big following. And then they give him the flags. And then what had happened behind the scenes is Aisha, the guy who was coming live before with me.
Oh yeah.
And he's got OnlyFans. He's got not OnlyFans. He's got something where you subscribe for the minute. I'm not ever. Behind the scenes, he was trying it on with everyone.
Oh
and
yeah.
Sending them dirty pictures. They was asking for dirty pictures or something like that. And he turned up to all these meets with no money. So when they're all getting hotels and drinks, he's gone, can I borrow this off you? Can I borrow that off you? You know, if you go on a night out with mates, you couldn't turn with no dough. Obviously, unless someone subbed you or whatever, you can't turn with no money if you don't, you know what I mean? Because otherwise, you're going to get that awkward moment when it's your round. You can't pay. Yeah. Something like that. But I was live with him before and he'd come on, but he had a lot of shit recently, but we stuck up for him. But I don't know what to believe. I think he has asked a lot of girls for nude pictures, and some of them are my mates. Petra.
Yeah, someone said he's conned loads of women out of money, and he's like,
yeah. I know. The thing is, because he went to be pally with me and Daryl, which I don't want to say too much because that's me and Daryl's business, but he went to us to help him out because Darby Dan and Papa Blaze had come for him. And at the time, we wasn't getting on with Papa Blaze and Darby Dan. So it was in his best interest to go. We stuck up for him because we didn't like Darby Dan, thinking he was the hero looking after women's rights. Do you know, at the time, Darby Dan was trying to stick up for men can't do that to women, men can't do that. So we were saying, look, here, you're no ambassador to look after women. You know what I mean? After your history. And then we just sort of felt sorry for Aishas. Without realising it, Aishas actually did a lot more than what he led on.
It's just a crazy world. But that's what I tell you. Why are you getting involved in?
I don't. I look and laugh and I think, Nicola know me. If me and you first met up now and I went on a date, yeah, and I said I've got no money, or not.
You wouldn't go, would you? But we've had it at parties where we've had people.
We've looked after loads of people.
And I'm like, what? How would you go to parties?
But I've had great mates that have said to me the skin, and I've looked after them, and they've been sound. And nothing's been said of it. But we've also had mates that have took the piss, and
you go like a party with no alcohol or anything like that.
But I've had mates that are good mates that have gone through situations. They've gone, I've got no money, can you look after me? And I've gone, yeah, well. But then I've had other mates that have been there, not set out, and tried stealing stuff, tried conning me.
Yeah, but you do that for your mates. You don't meet up with random women and go, oh, actually, I've got no money.
Yeah, no, you don't do that, yeah.
But then more for them for paying.
Friendship's just not just money, though, is it? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But he come on the live, do you remember?
I remember him come on, but that's what people, mate, I'll be honest, people have warned me and said, Trucker G, when you're drunk, you accept everyone into your box because you're too nice,
He wasn't
and
being
then
nice.
you let these people have a platform.
He was just ripping the piss out of them. And
I was.
Yeah, you was ripping the piss out.
Oh, yes.
And I said, like, I thought he was a nice guy, but now here you're like a fucking con man. And he, I don't know, he just didn't seem to be ashamed by anything we were saying. We was only bantering, but everything we said, he was like not worth. So I don't know if he's like a fucking psychopath or something.
Well, I spoke to him and he said, I've boxed since the age of 6. And I was like, okay. And Derby Dan had offered him out to fight loads. I'm not going on about Derby Dan or whatever, but they live near each other, Stan. So if you live near somebody and they keep offering you out, you either don't have a fight or you do. And I don't live anywhere near Derby Dan, and he'd offered me a fight, and I thought, fucking hell, yeah, whatever, go down. I've told you why I went down there. I shouldn't have went down there, but he keeps saying this and that and this and that, and it's all bickering. And it's just like, I'm glad that I'm not involved in it. I can watch it from the back, because I think, fucking hell. Like, have a fucking, Stan, you're from the same cut of thing for me. Have a scrap or fucking don't. Shut up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't, some of them are in it for all the, what do you think they'll stand? I like asking you questions here because I think the same, but I'm scared to answer it sometimes. But I think, some of these people, you see these charities and you think, I want to help them out. But do you think some of these charities are ruined by bad people jumping on the back of them?
Yeah, cool. Like we said about the Ignite thing, I think that they started off with good intentions, but it just fucking like obviously with the what's it called, the fucking Just Giving page, whatever it's called.
Yeah,
you can see it there in black and white. You have to donate it, or
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But then the things with the merch and all that, and the gifts in the boxes, you can sort of cream that off the top if you wanted to, if you was that way inclined.
Yeah, no, I've seen it. Mate, I think some people didn't realise it's a big shock. Some people were saying all the gifts, all the merch bought will go to the charity, and they was having merch, mate, at like stacks, names, send. You know what I mean? You buying it, there's Stan's bought it, you Nick bought it, there you go. All the profit's going to go to this charity. Then the gifts are, but they didn't realise there's people watching this all day and going, you said you've only put £50 to the charity that day. I've watched you have £1,500 in gifts, and that, yeah, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you can sit there and say, yeah, people shouldn't get involved. Yeah, they shouldn't.
No,
they should.
know,
but if you're going to scam people, then you should also be exposed.
But that's what I'm saying. If I was going to give to charity, no offense to TikTok, they might all be doing well. Like Daryl, just give it to an actual registered charity.
No, that's what I mean. Daryl.
That's what I mean. Daryl's fine. Like he gives all this, but I would not give to a TikTok charity.
I'm scared of the stand, right? I'll be honest, and I'll say it on here. When people say go live and do stuff for charity and stuff with Daryl, and I've gone live with that man impression, I don't want. I sound horrible here, but I don't want to do anything for charity in a way because I'm scared of the backlash of it. Because I feel like I do want to do stuff for charity, but I don't want to fall under the bracket of asking. I've always said to people, if you watch me, I don't want a penny off anybody.
No, and you went on TikTok for fun, didn't you? Not to be a charity fundraiser.
I know that people have pushed Daryl into it because they've been like, I want to do the charity thing. And I get why he's done it. And he's knocked people off the leaderboard. But I'm not a follower.
No.
And that's Daryl's thing. But if I went and said I'm the same, that means I'm a follower. I'm copying what he's doing. I do agree to an extent, but I don't want anybody. I don't want to fall like with Manly and that and other people. They go, "Come on, guys, get me to the top. I'm in 4th position. Get me to 3rd." Some people think that. Have I got enough? Yeah, fuck it, I'll do it. I don't want to do that with anybody. I don't really go live, do I? I want to just take the piss out of people, Stan. And if I get I like that though.
Yeah, just do you. Don't worry about other people. That's what I said to you. I can see why people get pissed off, but I don't really get. It doesn't like ruin my day. I don't really get involved. If someone says this charity's come on and they've stolen 10 grand, I just think, what an arsehole, and then carry on with my day. I don't.
That's what Nick said to me, lad. Nick said to me, she's been like,
I'm exactly the same as that.
But also sometimes, do you know the thing is, I would have been like that, mate. But then I've seen people, when people have questioned it, I've seen them do videos going, like they've been nasty. They've gone, "Off you, fuck off. You ain't gonna stop us." And I'm thinking, I'm heavily invested in straight away. And I shouldn't be.
No, you shouldn't.
I shouldn't be, but I'm too much of a normal guy. I don't know. I shouldn't be, but I'm also. I hate people going. It's not going to change my life.
It's not your business. You're never going to change
if they got caught out doing what they did, and they have to pay everyone back, it's not going to affect my life, is it?
No, but by you doing a video saying you're scamming a charity, it's getting you nowhere. They're not going to change. So
people have said to me and said, "Do you know? You imagine you're stupid. If you kept all your gifts on and done Jailhouse Talk every week, and just put it on there with the music in the background, you'd make loads." And I've gone, "Yeah, but that's different." And even Daryl said to me before, he was like, "Yeah, but there's a difference. If you do something funny, you get tipped. Like, say me and you went and did, say we didn't do podcasts, me and you just did this one night and did TikTok live because we were getting loads of views. I'd accept the gifts because I'd be like, well, if you like it, you're entertained, then whatever. As long as you don't sit there going, gift us. There's a difference."
I saw Daryl do a video, and like I said, I did follow Daryl before. We did make up.
Yeah.
We are friends. We follow each other. We drew a line under it, and that's that. But he did do a video which I agreed with because I thought he was totally against gifting, and he was saying that he's not. Like, he's just against people sitting on the sofa, absolutely bringing nothing to the app. Like UK TikTok official actually asleep on the app and he's getting gifts.
I'll say, yeah.
You've gone and bought props, haven't you? He's been and bought a wig and this and that. And I've said, accept the gifts. I'll be honest and said, like, you've paid that money. And honestly, on my kids' lives, Danny always says, I do not want the gifts. I just like, because Danny's a very funny man. He just likes people's reaction, don't you? I've said, take the gifts. You bought the wig, you bought this, you bought that. And he's like, no.
Spent hours, but no. The one thing I'll say is, Stan, I'm not blowing smoke at your ass because things I've known Stan from the first got on the app. His humour is like dark humour, we could say it, and people get offended by it, but it's my kind of humour in it. Yeah. You've seen my humour, like the Frankie Boyle stuff, and you think, oh, it's not funny, but
that's it.
It's really, really funny, right? And when I've come on here and I've been like, everyone's gone, oh, Stan and G should have this podcast together, like have a laugh.
Yeah, you said, didn't you? I've got a podcast, but I was working, so I was like, don't get pissed. He said, Nick, Stan's a really nice guy and all this, and then you rang me, didn't you? And he was like, I've had the best hour.
Yeah, it was 2 hours.
2 hours. He said, I've had a really good chat. You weren't pissed, was you?
I was nearly at the end. I was a little bit,
but he did like pick it right up, didn't you? And you're like, I've had the best night.
And that's why I think Nick wanted to come on it as well, because she was like, I said, look, Stan really likes. Can I say it?
What? Are you going to say?
What do I really like?
Your mate, Kerry.
All right, yeah.
So Kerry Essex had a lot of shit off somebody that's been. I've put it on Jail. I was talking that. But a lot of lads like Kerry. She's sound. She's nice. A lot of people hate her now. A lot of people said to me even, so you don't like people that get gifts, but you like Kerry and Danny. I'm like, well, there's a difference. Kerry and Danny are a business now. Do you get what I mean by that, Stan? Like,
yeah,
they're a bit of a brand now.
But it's up to them. And this is what I always argue on here about. If they want to accept the gifts.
No, they're a bit of a brand now. It's not a case of they come on here. The standard, this, you don't see them on live all day, do you?
No.
No, they don't make the money.
That's what I'm saying though. I see it
promotions.
Rarely see it on here on live.
What I'm saying with the podcast, remember you saying I wish people could see it, and I said, if you look at the screen now, you can see my screen's a lot bigger than yours.
Yeah.
And I've had so
I'll put it on my laptop next time.
No, it's fine. But I'm saying everyone comes in on the phone, so I'll get the same problem every time. It doesn't matter. I'm saying I've had so much ag trying to edit it, and it took me 28 hours to upload the video, our first one.
Oh my
And
God.
I've edited them all, and I've been putting podcasts out every single day, even if I've not got a guest. I'm talking on my own.
Oh, celebs, this is what I was saying. I said it last week. I remember Stan. Right? Do you ever? I want to say it's good. I'm not saying I'm not blowing smoke up Stan's ass, but I am. Stan is a brilliant dad.
Yeah.
Right. Stan lives in Devon. Stan and his missus split up, and they got a beautiful child together, and they did all TikTok together, but they split up amicably. Is that right?
Yeah,
is that amicably?
Yeah.
And Stan's missus moved back up to East Midlands. And I said one night, I am actually sick of charity lives where we just pump money into where's it going. And I said, I would be happy to do something where we go get Stan a deposit on a house in Leicestershire in East Midlands because it's a quick fix, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got everyone involved. He'd love it. He'd put all his effort into these podcasts, and I'd sit there and say, I've seen Darryl make $1,000 in a couple of days, and it goes to. I mean, yes, it goes to charities, but then it makes you think. Look at all the other people that make $1,000 in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Would you rather not see a video at the end result going? Stands in a house next to his son. He gets on with his ex.
You don't ever see the end results of these
charity things. That's what I mean.
You don't ever see that.
I said that, and Stan was like, I'm too proud, I won't do that. But I was like,
imagine.
I was like, look, I've got a platform, haven't I? So I could be like, yeah, just try it.
Yeah, you can
do
do
it.
I'm not going to do it.
You know what I mean? Wouldn't you like to see that at the end of it? And go, there stands next to his son.
That's what I mean.
But he's even said he's on the council waiting. How long are you going to wait on the council?
How long did we wait? How hard is it for us to move back here? When you left the army, I had to prove my mum and dad lived here. I'm from here. But how long did it take us to get back?
But that's what I mean. He's not from Leicestershire, but his boy lives there, so he just wants to be there. That's what I mean. But because he's in a house now,
I'm in a 2-bed house on my own, so I'm not really priority. And I managed to get onto priority. But even when I'm priority, I'm not priority because obviously I'm in a 2-bed house.
Stan, I've seen people earn thousands in a day, a couple of grand in so and so, and I think, yes, you could put charity to every week, and everyone would get bored. Do you know? I get bored of watching a charity go, oh yeah, have this. But I would also love and say, look, if everyone just fucking jumped in, had a bit of fun. In 2 weeks' time, we see the end result. Stan walks into his house, and it's all. Not only is it a house.
That's what I mean. Every charity, I'm not like
but
everyone.
Would you rather see that than a charity?
Right, so what I'm saying is, everyone will hate me for saying it's always about a kid with cancer or someone with half a leg. If it was a genuine, you see the end result of someone living.
I can understand why people do it like with children with cancer and stuff, but at the end of the day, you don't see enough of it of a quick result.
But a lot more children have that. Do you know, there's so many people in the world with that problem. But if you could donate to a cause that you see an end result. But
I've said that to you, Stan, last week. I was thinking, and Stan's like me, he'd be proud. He'd be like, oh no, I'm not fucking do that. But at the end of the day, we've all got lives. I couldn't afford to move. If I lived in Devon now, I couldn't go and afford to move to Leicester. And if you can,
so expensive.
Use podcasts are amazing, and the time and effort he puts into it, all the people come together and just fucking think, you know what, just try it. And then he's even said to me, he said, instead of doing this, he's 2 hours away from me, we could just go drive to us and do it live with the podcast scene.
But people are so proud, like, no, I wouldn't do that. But what did I say to you when I was at work last week and that lady was on end of life care? You've just got to live your life. Accept help, accept good deeds by people, just live your life. Like, it's
accept your mum and stuff, and it's just like, there's no shame. It's at the end of the day, end result is you want to see his videos with his son. There's a spitting image of each other.
Oh, how old is he?
How old is he now? 2.
2. He's 3 in May, so he's nearly 3 now.
Does that mean everyone likes the night? That's a nice video. He stands there with his boy in a spare room, a 2-bedroom house. I am actually having my bed. I know Stan's son's going to have his cot and bed.
Oh, you're moving as well? Like,
it is going to be up to debate, you know. I mean, I could. No, but seriously, that's a fucking story you want to fucking hear, man.
Just, I want to ask you a question. I've been Trucker G once.
I'm saying if you want to sell that, I'll do it. But I'm not going to. I can't come on the app and go, "Can everyone send me money, please?"
No, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I said that.
But if everyone donated £1, how many followers have you got?
That's what
we've got 28 on one of the other ones and the other ones, but we'd have to think about it properly and do it properly. And then, see, for me, if I went private renting, no matter what anybody would donate to me, the what's it called? They don't accept me because my credit check.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's the thing. It's just about what you need. If you got a good credit rating, all you need is 2-3 months rent, and then another. I'd say 4 or 5 grand. Get you in the house, pay the first month, get you a couple of grand stuff away from the house.
That, innit? Like how we've been in that position.
But if you've got a good credit rating,
yeah, it's a bit better.
I've not told anyone because I don't want to fucking get my hopes up. But I've been number 1 on the house for 10 days.
Oh, that's really good.
Really?
Yeah, but I've been when I got this house.
That's an hour and a half ones.
I was number 11 on this house in my young house. So as long as you're in the top 10, you don't have
to. When you get to number 1, it's so good.
Yeah, Nick used to get to number 1. We used to drive past the house, think we'd get it, and then someone else with some fucking bullshit sub story like TikTok story would get it.
Yeah.
And no, when you get it, we'll fucking help out 100%.
So when you get it though, then I don't know how I'm going to move my stuff there.
That's what I mean.
Then I don't know how I'm going to carpet it. So they rip all the carpets up. This house I'm in now, it's got all the carpets are still quite nice because they had no carpets. When I move, they're going to rip them all up. And then the next person comes in, they're going to have to re-carpet it.
But you know what? Once you get that house and you like obviously excited, but you haven't got wallpaper, you haven't got this, you haven't got that, but you've got your first stepping stone. Like every other thing can happen. Hey, you don't need a carpet on your stairs straight away.
Stan, my missus has got a daughter and she's 19 and I've been there for like as a dad to her, haven't I? That's what we're going to do on this. I've been like a dad to her and she like pretty much called me like a dad and I'll always be. Now she's pregnant and I've said to Nick and I said, I'm too young, I'm 32, me, Stan. I can't be a granddad at 32, do you know what I mean?
I'm only 36.
But Nick's like, no, you've been there for her as a dad when her dad hasn't. Don't break her heart by saying you're not the baby's granddad. Do you get what I mean by that, Stan?
Yeah.
A part of me thinks I'm way too young, but a part of me also thinks, you know, it's a bit of an honour. But she's going to go into a house where she's not going to have everything given to her. But I just
we can't afford to give her.
We can't afford to give her stuff.
My mum and dad have given me.
But you just sit there and you just make it happen. But I think with Stan's ability on this app, I'm sick of all that. I've said, if I could do something good, I want to see something quick and good.
But that's what I mean about people making money off it. Fair play to them. If they need money, like.
But do it in the right way. That's what I'm saying.
Like Kerry, what I'm saying is like, why is everyone so bitter? Like.
No, they're bitter if you lie about it. Is that right, Stan?
No, but people are bitter because they're jealous of things as well.
And like the OnlyFans thing, I said tonight, like if you need to feed your family, right? If you need to feed your family, I would do OnlyFans.
No, Stan asked me last week. He said, "Have you got OnlyFans?"
No.
We've been offered, Stan, by people to have it. So we did do one thing, but it never got aired. But
if I needed to feed my kids and make money, I would.
Envy people. Look, Kerry and Dan, they've got it. And people go, oh yeah, what do your kids think? And that shit? Yeah, the kid's fucking fine when she's got a fucking Lacoste tracksuit on and all this and that. She knows what her mum is like. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I mean. You would bring them up.
My life's better. I'm happier. Does it matter? When I lived in Germany, mate, you used to go to saunas. Everybody's naked. Porn was a part of life. And it sounds weird, but like being nude was a part of life.
No matter what you do in your life, we're all going to end up in pain, on a deathbed, the same situation. Have a life. Do what you want in your life.
Stan is the funniest guy on this app, and I've said it to him. Like, he gets his profiles taken down all the time.
Do you?
Because his banter is just, it's funny. His music's good. When I said to him at the first thing you're there, and I was like, his songs were brilliant.
But why do you sing songs as well?
He's a musician.
Oh.
Yeah. That's how he knows like Carrie and Carrie and Thingy and what's her name?
Just still chatting. That's how he knows Thingy and Thingy and Thingy. I don't know who Thingy is.
What are you drinking?
Vodka and orange.
I've not had that for years.
I've been on the sunbed today, so I'm a bit flushed.
Okay. I went on the sunbed once, but I'm a ginger, and my ex went on there. Oh. You have to fill a form in, don't you?
Yes, sometimes.
Just lie on there, because they won't let you in. And I went in there, and I was stoned. I don't smoke anymore, but I used to smoke. And I was one of them stand-up ones, and I was like stoned.
Oh, no.
and I come out and my face is just covered in freckles instantly.
Oh, I know. Yeah, mine does it. My dad's ginger, so I think I've got a bit of a ginger root.
Yeah.
What? No, he said he's ginger. I said my dad's ginger, so I think I've got a bit of fair skin. Like.
So you're saying Stan is your dad?
I'm not saying Stan's my dad. No. Us ginger people, ginger heritage people, mate.
Nick, one thing is with Nick, right? Can you buy me a drink, mate? Nick gets angry at this, right? But on Father's Day, Nick ends up with no money.
Oh, shut up, you fucking idiot.
Because she's got a lot of dads.
No, I'm not, Dandy.
When she was just saying about her red cheeks, it reminded me of a TikToker that I want to talk about.
Oh, Nick, you don't know this guy.
I can't do it because I've not got my jumper on. He always holds his arms, doesn't it?
Sleeves. There's this fucking creepy guy, Nick. When I first ever went in his live stand, right, it said on my bio, ex-British Army, because I put that on one of my profiles. And he's going, what regiment was you, dude? Dude, what regiment was you, dude? And I was thinking, yeah, Roll Corps Signals. He's going, yeah, nice one, dude. I was thinking, that's weird. Like, stop, calm down. You're too energetic. Stan does a good impression of him.
All right.
He was going,
Who is it?
I might touch my neck.
Yeah, no, he's probably
And then I might touch his weird. You need to see him.
Do it, Stan. Do the cuddle one. Do the cuddle one, please. I feel like a cuddle.
I feel like a cuddle.
Oh, mate. Stan, when you sent me that, you need to put that. When you put that in the WhatsApp thing. I'm a cuddly guy. Who needs a cuddle? He got caught asking for foot pictures off young people. And he said, I didn't say that children can't send me pictures of their feet.
I wish someone had asked me for foot pictures.
Like, Nick, can you show your feet? Are we allowed to do that?
No, definitely not.
Are we allowed to do that, Stan? I want to show you what a bag of knickknacks look like on a loaf of bread.
Show what you want, Nick.
Dwarf's fingers.
They look dwarf's fingers, not Derby Dan's fingers.
I'm not getting my feet out, but
they look like knickknacks on a loaf of bread.
It's like I've got an extra bit on every toe, isn't
Go on,
it?
show us.
I'm not showing now.
Right, that's exclusive. Got to pay $7.99. Nick, show your feet.
No, definitely
Just
not.
quick one.
No.
Just pop it out.
No one needs
for
to see
YouTube.
my foot. No, you can't see it from there anyway.
Quick one, pop it out quick.
No.
Right, subscribe to Only Stands.
Only Stands.
Going back to that guy, my friend said something and I can't unsee it now. She was like, he looks like a piece of bacon.
I said something to Stan before because Stan said,
What?
I don't get how he got that girl because she was like really fit. And I basically said, yeah, but she's trans. And he's gone, no, she's not. And then we've gone back and looked at the picture and he's gone, gee, does that mean I'm gay? Does it mean I'm gay?
I don't get it. I don't know. I can't.
So he's liked a girl.
I thought she was trans. Fit, and then he told me it was a man. So now I feel like I'm not homosexual.
No, obviously if she looks like a girl, it's not. But if you start sleeping with someone like that,
I'll tell you the story with this, Nick. If you think it's a girl, if you start kissing and you feel a bit of stubble, you think, it's alright, she might shave. When you put your fingers down their fucking Jack and Danny and you start feeling fucking cock and ball, then
they got a bigger dick than you have.
Especially me.
But she should have told you by that point.
He should have told you by that point. Yeah.
Did you tell him how you went mad at me before when I took a picture of you? Mad at me, he did. He was in a right bad mood.
So I did self-employed last week, and then I worked my ass off for this guy, literally, and he kept asking questions about my bank details, and I was thinking, I've worked for cowboys before, you know, where they don't pay you, and he owed me like fucking about $1,000. So I worked for him all week, and he's like asking all the questions, and I said, Nick, check your bank. My mate was texting me going, oh mate, we've not been paid. My mate wound me up. So I was naked because I just woke up.
You were sat naked on the chair, weren't you?
Because she's woke me up going, you've not been paid. So I'm kicking off. So I ran down the stairs, no clothes on, like 10 a.m.
But he's normally really happy, aren't you? Like, you're not
but me, if you've not been paid, you're going to get pissed off, aren't you?
Yeah.
So he sat on the chair naked with his legs crossed.
Whilst angry.
Yeah. So I took a picture of just his like, it was his balls that looked like
Put my legs across.
Yeah, what do they them nuts? You know the nuts that are in the casing? What are them nuts?
What, the monkey nuts?
Like monkey nuts, yeah. You could see a little bit of his willy. So I sent it to him on WhatsApp.
It does have a little willy.
No, you could see a little bit of it with these balls. So I sent it to him saying, this will make you laugh. He was like, fucking get it off. Weren't you going mad? Like, I was like, what the hell?
I'm all for banter, but the guy's not paid me my wages. Meanwhile, my missus is taking pictures of my balls, thinking it's fun and games.
Yeah, because
She sat there waiting for a shopping trip, going, "Oh, you've been paid good this week. Can't wait to take you shopping." And all I've got there is an invoice with no money in, and she's taking pictures of me fucking nuts.
So I'm thinking, do they call them nuts because they do look like monkey nuts? When you were sat like that, they did look.
Are we having this convo, Stan? This is a bit...
Did you get paid though?
No.
Did you get paid? Yes, you took £200.
No, he got paid, yeah.
I got paid, yeah. And then I went to the pub, put the horses on, made my money back, and she went, "Oh, thanks. I've took £200 out of your wage."
Yeah, because I only get paid next week, and I didn't want you to spunk it all in the pub. Because Danny used to go out and not come back, didn't you, Danny?
Huh? I am one of them, though. If this lady looks after my kids, and I'd give her every last bean after I've drank, smoked, gone to the pub. I'm joking.
Yeah, no, you're not joking. No.
We had this discussion before, Stan, and we was on about mates, and she said, "Would you rather be like me, or would you rather be like some of your mates where she holds me back?" And some people will sit there and go, "You're under the thumb." But I sometimes need, Stan, someone to fucking pull me back and go, "Calm down."
He's like a wild cat, aren't you?
But do you know what I mean, Stan? Some people, like, I mean, I've gone on benders, like I've told you with my issues with sniff and coke before in the past. I'd go wild on benders and I don't care about anyone.
I didn't see him for days. He'd come back like
spending thousands.
I don't know if you're allowed to, like, just people know what you were like.
Yeah, I basically said the chandelier thing.
Yeah, he was biting my lights and everything, weren't you? It was awful, like really bad.
That was the addiction of cocaine, though, I understand. I mean, but the thing is, why I respect Nick is because she stuck by me. Do you know what I mean? Helped me through it. You know, not in a sympathetic way, is it? Really, she used it like.
No, but I think a lot of people have addiction that they don't think they've got an addiction.
That's what we're saying about blokes, isn't it, Stan? Some of us just have some addiction. Stan's all or nothing, which I'll say it, Stan, so Stan listeners here. Basically, when Stan opens a drink, he'll go drinking for 5 days.
Right, okay, yeah.
But Stan could stop drinking for a month, for a year.
Oh, right, yeah.
But the minute Stan opens a booze, he can go for 2 weeks. And that's different to me, isn't it?
Yeah, like I said to my mate last week, Danny's got a very addictive personality, don't you? Like, if you start drinking, you're a bit like that. You drink and you'll carry on drinking.
Well, what happened with Dry January? Let's get this on the record, because I saw a video of you going on about Dry January, and then I saw you drinking like in the next video.
You know what it is, Stan? I'll be honest. I love the joke and stuff and all that, but I'm down and I get a bit depressed about my weight. I used to be, you can Google me, I used to be one of the best in the country at cross-country running and athletics. And my dad pushed me training. It breaks my heart. I say I could cry, but I don't care. I was so good with me.
Yeah, when you were young, when you was a child.
And then I trained. My dad forced me to train. Then.
Yeah, but he's on about Dry January.
Yeah, but no, but I'm on about everything that elapsed about pleasing people. So then I got a girl pregnant when I was so young. Then I quit my running and stuff, and I put a bit of weight on. Then me and her didn't get on well with each other. Then I went and joined the army, met Nick, and had a great life and stuff like that. And then after I left the army, I just couldn't stop putting weight on, Stan. Because I was so used to training all the time. I put weight on easily. And I got down about it. And I keep saying I want to stop drinking. I want to stop drinking. It puts weight on me. Like I said to you the other week about amphetamine. That's one of my worst stories. Remember it? With the amphetamine with the hairdresser.
Yeah.
I used to drive trucks with Wiz because I was scared of the hate.
He doesn't give it a chance. Like, he'll say to me, I'm doing Dry January. I'll try my best to support him. I'll stick to his diets. I'll do this. But he gets bored on a Friday, and I can see him getting agitated and bored. But he doesn't give it 2 weeks or 3 weeks to get that, you know, the feeling of wanting to drink. He doesn't let that leave his system. He just start drinking again. I'm like, why have you fucking done that?
It's because I'm all or nothing. Sometimes if I see a massive reduction or better in my training, my my running's good, my boxing's better, or if I've lost weight, after 2 weeks, I'll keep it going. But if I don't see that, then I quit. But that gym's done me good as well. But
yeah, it's good.
remember when I had a job stand where I would do night out last year when it was and I'd come back every other day, but I'd get paid stand loads, 1,200 a week, 1,100 in my hand. But every other day I was home by 4 p.m. and I didn't need to be into the next day to 12. I'd come home and I'd drink loads and I'd park up at truck stops, mate, and I'd drink loads, but I'd get paid for it because I could blag everything. And the drink was the worst. That's when I first come onto TikTok because people egged me on.
But he'll drink and then you just get on a sesh and then I'd hear the front door go. I'd be like, "Where's Danny gone?"
Back in the day when he used to do
when he used to do it, and I'd drive round and he'd be in a field like, "I don't want to be here," but it's just weird because it's all your own. You know how it makes you feel. That's
what we're saying, Stan. I said to Stan last week. I know the listeners from last week will understand. Stan said when he hit a low on a come down, it made him want to do something crazy. And I said, remember that time we was at?
It's the worst.
Listen, remember that time we was at so and so's house, and they had cat,
fucking hell.
And then they had that. I was told to go round to that person's house, and I said, I know the listeners from last week will understand, so I can always elaborate. And I said, "Oh, who's this person that's been rolling drugs from your house?" And they was like, "Yeah, he lives over there." And in my head, I was getting a knife and I was going to say, "I'm going to kill him, and at the end of it, I'll do 26 years." In my head, I was happy with doing 26 years in jail. Do you remember the long-haired guy?
Yeah, awful, weird.
But they was all egging me on to do it.
But I sat there saying, "Please don't take it. Like, it's a drug you've never."
So when you see people, it's your mates, and you get some mates to go, "Yeah, go on, take it. Yeah, go on, take it. Go on, yeah, do it." Some of my mates would have sat there and watched me take another man's life. Sat there and watched me take drugs I shouldn't have took. So that's when Nicola says, you need to stop hanging about with so many people that they aren't your mates.
Yeah, they'd let you cheat, they'd let you do anything, wouldn't they? And I think, well, that's not really a friend.
So me and Stan sat here all week and we spoke about this, and I think I'd rather a friend that's got your back and tell you the truth.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I've met some good people, Stan, and I've done wrong, Stan, and people have gone, why was you talking to that girl the other night? Your missus is the best woman in the world. You think, and I've gone bigging this person up, and I said, yeah, and you go, no, you fucking don't come around my house bigging up certain other girls. And you've got that missus at home that cook you everything and clean, feed your kids and everything like that, all that. And it's taught me loads of lessons, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not about being a fucking popular man. I know I chat shit at stands, you know what I mean? But
what you're saying about your weight is, I've been confessed about my weight before, and people don't really see that in men. Men getting, it's more like girls.
Yeah, you're really bad with yours, aren't you?
Because I see women sit there and go, oh, they was on about Aishas and they said, he only shows the top half of his body, but you don't realise how fat he is underneath. And I was thinking, I am fat, me, Stan. Like, I'm fat, but I'm fat because I really like eating and drinking. Like, it's stupid. I like my training, but because I was so used to training all the time, I stopped it and then I was eating stuff and that. But
I'll put weight on and Danny will be like, oh, just the nicest, like you're perfect. But no matter what I say to him, he never believes me.
But I'll be honest, when I met Nick, she was really, really skinny. And Nick's always said to me, I want to lose weight. But I will say to Nick now, you're the best looking you've ever been. Not just blowing smoke up. I like titties and ass. You know, and not just saying it, but I won't body shame anyone, but I like curves.
No, but I mean, I think some men have issues as well. But
you say to me you like me with the dad bod and stuff, but I have my own things. I'm thinking, well, I'm wearing XL now, and you know, of course I'm gonna get down.
You just said if it's like only women can be down about the weight.
Yeah, that's it. When men, they take the piss out of men, don't they?
Yeah.
Girls say to me, I love a dad bod, and I don't want a fucking dad bod. I appreciate you like it.
Do you not think, Stan, that girls can call a lad fat and it's funny?
Mm.
It used to be back in the day, lads would call girls fat, and it was like, yeah, funny. But no one says it anymore. But as soon as a girl calls a lad really fat, it's funny, and it's like.
But girls have a lot more stuff to make themselves look better as well than guys have. Do you know, like different clothes, makeup. We can make ourselves feel and look slimmer.
Look at us, Stan. All we got to do is put a little bit of an emoji, but girls can make themselves look a million times better. But I've noticed me straight away, be like, Do you know, you've seen some people on this profile, on this app, there's some lads, I won't say his name, Mark's from Scotland. He's really good looking, he's got OnlyFans, he's got a perfect body. And he come on live once and he had about £1,000 in his hand in cash. I think his name's Mark Hamilton or something. Mark Hamilton and stuff, something. And he went live with a woman that was looked a bit slow. He had a couple of grand in his hand there. And he was going, I've had to come live with you tonight because you're a troll. See this money I've made? You've cost me making this money tonight because I would have been making my content. You've cost me this money. Look at me, look at me. And I was thinking, yeah, really? I watch these charity football games. I watch some of these wannabe celebrities run up and speak to the crowd and go and look back off. And I think, TikTok, you've done well on TikTok, but just do also stay humble a little bit because it will everyone falls off, Stan.
Yeah, and it's like anyone can get banned as well. And
exactly.
So you could lose it all tomorrow. If you've got 1 million followers, you get banned. And
you're looking at the main guy, Stan. Yeah. I'm glad he's got this podcast, and I know it's going to go high and we're going to go far. But Stan has the best profile on TikTok, and I've said that to him on all of his videos. And your profile and your content is the best by far. But he gets banned because.
Oh, right, okay. It's just jealousy, though. Everyone's just so jealous.
But it will work in his favour because the people that's been angered by it. He's got this podcast now. I've come in early. But you watch this evolve. What,
this podcast for you?
Well, fucking hope so. No, you watch Stan's. Trust me. Look how easy. You didn't know about podcasts. I didn't know about it. And I said it was the best thing he ever did.
I've listened to one Tyson Furies, and that was fucking amazing.
Because you just listen, don't you? We get into it straight away.
Yeah, so people can watch it on YouTube. I've never watched them on YouTube. I always listen to it when I'm walking the dog. Well, I ain't got the dog now, but just walking down the road and just listen to it. Just passes the time.
People talk about normal stuff. It's what you want to hear about, like couples or what you do in your marriage, all sorts of stuff like that. It's just normal life.
People are getting bored by people going, let's do a mental health chat. Whereas me and Stan last week did, and like now we just did a real chat. It was like, yeah, we suffer with it. But there are also people, the system is clogged up. And I've got friends that have done this, Stan. They've gone on a bender. They spent all their money on the bookies. They spent all the money on the sniff. They spent all the money on the beer. They fucked up. The missus have found out they've done something wrong. Then on Monday morning, they say, my depression's really bad. I'm going to kill myself. They don't mean it. They just want the missus back. And they're just pissed off that they spent all the money.
Yeah, but the thing is, Anna, there is such thing.
But some of them is a catalyst. So there's two different things.
Drugs that, like my mum said, there's like drug-induced psychosis. Drugs can bring on, like, not everyone's lying.
You've seen it with me, haven't you? I mean, we're open now. Do you know what I mean?
It's not sex depressed all the time. Like, there is.
Some people take the pure piss, and I'm not saying the name of the nigger, but when people sit there and they do videos and they say the crisis team's on the way, it's the 18th time I've tried to do it this month.
When you was in that field, I think that was brought on by drugs. You're biting the lamp and that was just your attention seeking, like I said. But I said to you, do you want me to ring an ambulance? And you said, I don't know. You were willing to go to the hospital, do you know? And I do think it's all down for drugs. Sometimes
that time when I ran the field and he was like, where's your phone? Stan, I got so high one night, man. I got so high on sniff that you never want, when everyone goes home, I never wanted everyone to go home, Stan. I was at such a high because maybe I was trying to pretend a really happy life. Yeah. And I'm blessed with a good life, but I was trying to, and then when I went home, come back, I've got everything at home, mate. I've got the best life at home. I've got beautiful children, beautiful wife, everything for me. But I just come home and she's like, oh, what's up? And I was just like, the drugs really made me, mate. Go over there. I put my phone down, mate. It wasn't an attention-seeking thing. Put my phone down and I was just going to take my own fucking shit because so much drugs just put me on so much of a high, Stan, that put me down in a low. I've got the nicest life, but I was so impressed. All I want to do is please people all the time.
Yeah.
And then at 5 a.m. when I stopped pleasing people, wasn't I?
Yeah, but you don't please anyone but yourself at 2, 3, 4 a.m. and then the
and
depression kicks in and you're like, ooh.
I was like, Nick, I was crying my eyes out, Stan. She was like, cuddle me, and she's like, come on, sort yourself out and we'll sort it together. I said, I just need take my bank card off me, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I'll work my ass off. But I said, take my bank card off me, take everything off me. I'm going to have to stop drinking. I'm going to have to stop drinking. She stopped drinking, Stan. Nick stopped drinking for a few months. And it made me, and it helped me. I've never gone back to that level ever again.
Yeah, it's good.
But I don't know if I'd ever do that again. But I've lost friends over it, Stan.
Yeah.
Because I'm scared of going out with these people, because as soon as I have sorry if I'm chatting too much, but as soon as I have a touch of that stuff and I'm ending up in the kitchen, I'm all or nothing, Stan.
Yeah.
I want to go all night, all for weeks and weeks, for days.
Yeah, I understand.
But I don't want to lose this woman or my kids either.
There's a few Stan Blades. Which one is it?
All of them.
Oh.
Stan Blade Official is my main one. Just says Stan Blade Official. Should we jump on the live?
Yeah, but
Right.
see, Stan, the thing is, I appreciate this chat like now, but me, it's like Nick saved me so much. I come out the army and all that shit, and I just was addicted to, I'm sorry to say, I was purely addicted to coke. I was just so addicted to it. I just loved getting on it.
Yeah.
But I'd also seen the lows, and I think when you see these TikTokers going, I was addicted to stuff, and I think you've gone through your shit with stuff. I think putting people on a podcast like last week helped me. It really did. I opened up to you last week, and then I opened up to Nick, and then I've come here, and Nick's like, let me go on it with you next week. Gives boys a chance to open up a little bit. They've had real problems.
Yeah.
But we're not here sitting here doing a mental love story either.
No, it's just good to talk, even if you talk about whatever. Should we go on the live?
Yeah. Nick's just said, see if Stan wants a drink.
No, I didn't. I said, does he want to ask you stuff because you're blabbering on?
She
It's
said,
his podcast, and you're like, oh, I've been like this, I've been like that.
are you dissing Stan?
No, you. I'm dissing you.
No.
So, Stan probably might want to do another part 3. But shall we get Kerry Essex on and Nick on to talk about men that beat women up?
Yeah.
And I think she'll accept that. You're like the mother of TikTok. Everyone comes to you at the moment.
I know, yeah, with advice.
And these nasty people that give a shit. Right, Stan, I'll go on TikTok live now.
Yeah, make sure you join me because I just get no one on that one.
Right.
You follow it, don't you?
Send me a request and I'll do it.
Yeah, all right.
Love you, Stan.
Bye.
Okay, guys. Bye.
Stan, get your cock out. Get your cock out, Stan.
Shut up, Danny. You fucking idiot.